welcome to round 8 of the Mini Challenge Series 2018 Cooper S class. You join me here at Oulton Park, and I managed to get myself pole position. So I start the race at the front. So join me in the cockpit for some great racing, some great action. I'm still leading the championship just by fellow teammate Rob Austin, and he starts P2 just behind me. So I crank up the revs, wait for the lights to come on and off, and we're racing. So I find second, get a good start, but I can't find third gear. It gives Rob the opportunity to go past me as we go round Old Hall Corner and down the avenue through Denton's and into Cascades. It's flat out here. You want to get on the inside of Cascades, get the camber to slingshot you round down Lakeside, and we're doing the slightly shorter circuit, so round Island Bend into second and up into third, going over Hilltop. Just move it slightly to the right. That's what the touring cars usually take, this line, so it seems to work fairly well. Third gear, hard on the brakes, round Hislops and Knickerbrook, and then up the hill, under the bridge, up Clay Hill and under the bridge. And it's quite bumpy down this part as we approach Druids Corner. It's my first time racing at Oulton Park. Druids Corner is a tricky corner to get right. I think wasn't my favourite, if I'm being honest, at this stage. Round Lodge, down Deersley, and we are 1 minute 46, 5:05. Not too shady. We're in P2. Still Rob leads in his red car 24. I've got, that is not Stu Lane behind me, that's Tom Halliwell, guest driver in Stu's car for this weekend, car number 88, a double champion. So he knows what he's doing and he's pushing me hard. So late on the brakes here into Island Bend, second gear. Rob's back end twitching, putting the pressure on. Tom's got Stuart McLaren behind him. Recently got himself into an R56. No, that's not an R53. So he's come up a class from the Cooper Pros. It's good to have Stuart on board, racing against him. So up we go Clay Hill, under the bridge. Again, quite bumpy down here. So be careful under braking. And Tom's right on me, putting the pressure on. So I favoured fourth gear. I didn't change down for Druids. But third gear, going around Lodge Corner. I love this corner, going down Deer Leap. And I'm still having to look in my rear view to keep Tom at bay. I have a little look on the inside for Rob, and that slows me down a little bit and allows Tom to come through and take P2. And I've got Stuart right behind me as well. If I keep a centre line, late on the brakes, round Island Bend, second gear, I can keep Stuart behind me and keep tails on the front two. Tom's he's almost ahead of Rob there into his lops. and through Knickerbrook, up the hill, 3rd to 4th. I stick in 4th. I don't actually go into 5th along this part of the circuit, and I stay in 4th round Druids. I found that gave me the best balance and speed. I see an opportunity here, and I take it, and I managed to sneak past Tom there. Do I make it stick? I've got Tom coming around the outside. No, he gets P2 back, and I have to go around the outside. So on and off. Oh, that was my favourite part of the track, I think. Got some time penalties there for persistent breaching track limits in race 2. So I wasn't able to make that one stick. Tom's got back into 2nd place, and again I'm back chasing. Over hilltop, just have a little glance behind me, see where Stewart is. Getting late on the brakes, not too late. I want to see what these guys are doing. I don't want to get caught up in their battle. I want to observe what's going on and take advantage of any mistakes or any slowing down, which is inevitable really when they're fighting that hard. Get a better exit through Druids there than the previous lap, so I'm able to keep on the back of Tom's car. Let's go around, create the angle, and Tom runs wide. It's a bit of a shootout to the finish line, but Tom is able to make it stick. But I late brake, I go up the inside, and then you can see Tom has a little bit of a wobble there. We both go wide, Rob and I, which kicks out Rob's back end, which allows me to pounce on the inside here and P1. Down into 2nd, round Island Bend, and I suppose I'm thinking to myself, well, I was a little bit quicker than Rob. I was fastest in qualifying, picked up pole position, so I know I'm quick. I know I've got the car working for me. The tyres are coming in now, getting the pressures up, and I want to try and set some good laps and get some distance between me and Rob. And I know Tom's quick. I don't know how quick at this point, but obviously, you know, you don't win 2 championships if you're slow. So he's got a quick car, excellent car. Stu Lane's car is a fast car, so he's got to contend with Rob. So if I can pull away from Rob while Tom is fighting to get past, then that's an opportunity for me. 140.453. I see in my mirrors that Tom has now got past Rob. This is a tricky corner. Cascades, brilliant corner. You've really got to commit. So down the centre and round Island Bend. Oulton Park really is a fantastic circuit. The more I'm driving it, the more I'm appreciating it. It's very technical. There's lots of bends, twists, turns, gradient changes, fast corners, slow corners. So it's quite technical. And before the weekend, I was a little bit nervous. Wanted to make sure the car was set up how we wanted it to be. We had to in the end go with the same setup at Silverstone for reasons outside of our control, but no complaints. The car was hooked up and it was a joy to drive. This first corner of Old Hall is quite tricky. It's a late apex. It's quite difficult to get spot on every time, but obviously the more seat time you've got going around this track, the more you nail it. Cascades, I suppose, is for me my favourite corner. Just the level of commitment you've got to give it, and you've got to make sure you get onto the inside of that corner on the camber just at the right time. If you get it wrong, it's going to throw you wide and slow you down and potentially kick you off the track. These sequence of corners, Hislops into Knickerbrook, I was very quick through there. I kept glancing whenever whenever Tom was catching me up down Hilltop. I was able to pull away again, cancel out that gap up through those through Hislops and Knickerbrook and up to up Clay Hill. But this is the part where going down under Warwick Bridge and into Lodge Corner, Tom was able to get a fair chunk of time back on me. He was just quicker in Druids Corner. I had to get my elbows out a little bit just to keep Tom behind me. Was relentless really in the pressure. Part of me is thinking, how many more laps? How many do I have to keep Tom behind? So here, this is what I was talking about over Hilltop. Tom gains on me. He's quite close now, but into the Hislop Knickerbrook corners, I'm quick. I'm able to hook it up quite well and get up Clay Hill and pull away again. I suppose I was thinking, if I can keep doing that every lap, it's going to frustrate Tom. You know, well, if I was in Tom's position and the car in front was pulling away at a certain point in every lap, it would frustrate me. So I was just concentrating on nailing that sequence of corners. And trying not to let Tom past the rest of the lap. Again here, Tom is phenomenal. He's so quick. Comes out of Deers Loop down the start-finish straight. It makes me have to late brake and cut the angle down, narrow the angle down through Old Hall Corner, and that compromises my overall lap times. So I'm just not taking the optimum lines. So we're going down Lakeside, centre of the track, avoiding quite a sharp bump in the braking zone. So we go around that, up Hilltop. I stay left this time, and I know I'm okay here. So late braking, sort of brake into the corner, and just feather the accelerator around, and again I've just pulled out a little bit of a gap. Into Druids. That wasn't too bad. In fact, this turned out, lap 9 turned out to be my fastest lap. Wasn't the fastest lap. The fastest lap was Tom, I think, on this lap as well, by 0.03 of a second. but I'm thrilled with that win. Absolutely thrilled. That's my 3rd win of the series. So I've won at Donington, I won at Silverstone, and now I've won at Oulton Park, and I'm thrilled. So thank you for joining me on my first race round Oulton Park and my win.